Yeah. My name is DJ Clear, Brooklyn, NYC. I was really lucky because I have my cousin Shamrock, big up to him. He was one of the bigger DJs in the neighborhood and in Brooklyn. He had a sound system that nobody could touch. So coming out up under him pretty much is what gave me the bug. And I'll never forget this. He did tell me that once I started, if I was sure I wanted to do this, it's like a drug. You're going to be addicted. And here it is 20-something years later, and I'm still in it. I still go digging. Shamrock, I remember he did a jam, which is what we call it. I was still in high school. And I remember I was skinny. I must have been like 100 pounds of that, carrying speakers for him. And I remember it was so crazy. You actually had people that were trying to sneak it in through the back. And this is back when, you had Mantronics out, that whole Dana Dane, Slick Rick. And just to be a part of that and be with somebody like my cousin that was in the scene, he was older, he was the cool one, that kind of gave me the bug to see him in the spotlight. And that, I'll never forget that because it's a high DJ. I know people mention it, but it's just a high that is you can't really compare it to anything else. So that's probably one of my best early memories. I used to have these Linear Tech turntables. I remember I bought them. I paid like $150 for that and like a crate of whatever. And I was on those for like maybe a year. And then my cousin, Shamrock, gave me a pair of 1200s Techniques. And it was like, at that point, I couldn't afford those. So he gave me my first pair of 12s. And, like I said, after that, it was the rest was history. I mean, I practiced every day, and just went record shopping. Well, I mean, the thing about DJing is I come from the graffiti era also, so I understand the way people try to be all city. That's what you try to be as a DJ. So what I would do is I would do mixtapes. I would make sure I would be at the parties. I would do block parties. I would do house parties. Wherever I was able to come with a bag of records or a box of records and go and spin, that's what I would do. And then I got fortunate. I got in contact with the right people that believed in me, and then they kind of put me on. I started doing clubs. Well, one of the biggest challenges for myself is breaking stereotypes because, I'm Latino from New York and I'm into hip hop. So sometimes people don't know where we are. Like early on, people weren't familiar with Dominicans. They didn't know. They were like, you're Puerto Rican? They didn't know. They didn't understand. So it's just kind of the biggest challenge is breaking out of the stereotypes that we all have of backgrounds of people, your ethnicity, and what you're allowed to play. I mean, I think that my goal and my mission in life right now is to really inspire other people and just to spread positivity among the culture, DJ, hip hop, dance, whatever it is. And I can tell you one thing specifically I'm proud of. I'm a good friend of Strafe who did Set It Off years ago. And I remember a couple of months ago, a friend of mine had the idea, my man Vic wanted to put out the 45 of Set It Off. So I was blessed that Strafe at that time was coming out back on the scene and doing performances. I introduced those two, and just recently I know they just announced that the 45 is actually happening. 30 years later, it's never been on 45. So I'm very proud of being able to do that, and that's what I want to do. I want to be a light and just kind of have my knowledge and my connections and spread that out, and hopefully, pay it forward, so to speak. The same way that people help me out, I want to be able to just spread that good fortune. I took my craft seriously and I respected others, and that, throughout my career, what I try to do is just, again, learn as much as possible, spread that on, because we're not going to be here forever. So I want to make sure that, I leave something for the next generation that they can have as a blueprint so they can hopefully do better things than what I've done. Just be yourself, and when people tell you you can't do it, I'm here to tell you you can do it. Believe in yourself and just know it's going to take a lot of hard work.